Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. This is a really quick video. We've just started up our trading session for the week and I just wanted to share with you a few setups that are on the radar. I'm not going to go into too much detail in them because they're playing out right now and I just want to get it out there before anyone can kind of say, you only put up your trades that win. I don't like hindsight traders on YouTube, so I'm going to quickly do the analysis, throw it out there before they're just as they're starting to play out. So enjoy. All right guys, I want to show you a couple of trades that are on the radar because they're quite high probability and there's things that we've been looking at for quite a while now from a longer term time frame perspective to get involved with. So first one I want to share with you is the Aussie dollar. Now if I just bring on a few more days here, because I just reduced my data down whilst I was flicking through the charts, but if we just scroll back, you can see that recently we've just approaching this most recent structure resistance level, and out on the daily time frame this level here has some significance. We tested once, we tested twice, and we're testing that level right now. And the interesting thing is as we're approaching that zone, this is what we call deceleration. So you can see this deceleration here in terms of how the market's running out of steam. We had this big bullish run which actually broke out of a ascending channel previously. This actually had a high probability of a rollover, which didn't. We know we don't catch them all, we don't all work, okay? But this is now pushing up and is forming another ascending channel, what we call an ascending channel. So we know we're at previous major structure resistance. We know we're putting in a pattern that happens frequently in the market when we're likely to see a little rollover. And what we're trying to do is build a case now for entry. So if I drop down to the 4 hour and analyze the chart down there, we're going to see even more clues to see that this is going to be a high probability move, right? So just as we approach that zone, we had this high test candle wick. So the bears were protecting that level. Second of all, we pushed into this zone, which was the previous structure resistance level, and we double topped. Okay, so we retested here. We hit once, we pulled back down, we tested again, and we didn't violate the high. Okay, and then finally we had these tweezer top candle setup. This tweezer top candle setup here for a which is another indication that there's going to be a high probability rollover. Now just to top that off, we've also got this ascending channel. Okay, so we've got an ascending channel at major structure resistance, we've got a bearish rejection doji candle here, we've got a retest in the actual zone, we've got tweezer top candles, and we've got an ascending channel. Okay, lastly we've got this even handle 7400 flat at that level as well, which we haven't violated, which is a major level of respected structure in this market as well, respected price level. So with all that combined, and the fact that not only are we putting in an ascending channel, we've got bearish divergence here on the indicator down here, we've got a very high probability that we're going to roll over. Now where are we likely to roll over to? I'm not greedy in this type of pattern, so all I'm going to be looking for is targets at this little structure level in here. Okay, at the start of the channel, I'm going to be looking at stops just an ATR above the tweezer tops here. Okay, which is going to give us a really nice reward to risk profile. Okay, so if we just show the targets and the stops, just color this in red. And the reason I like to show you this on here before, as it's playing out or before it plays out, is because I don't like hindsight traders that come on and post videos of what's, you know, the trades that won, basically. This is out there. This might hit stops, it might hit targets, but it's got a very high probability of hitting targets, and that is the setup that I'm looking at. This one, and also there's a similar setup on the pound dollar. So let me bring over the pound dollar for you guys now. So very similar setup here. Let me just jump out to the 4 hour. I'm going to show you a really juicy setup on the New Zealand dollar in just a second. So similar setup here on the pound dollar. If you go out to the higher time frame, you're going to see we're at major structure resistance. We've got the ascending channel. This one's at market. In nicer reward to risk profile on this one. taking targets off just before structure. And the one that I really want to share with you is the New Zealand dollar. So let's just take a look at the New Zealand dollar, go out to the daily. I'm speaking fast because I don't want this all to play out before we've so we've missed it. Let's just go out to the daily. So on the New Zealand dollar, this previous 3-bar reversal setup here was a level that I was looking at, and we were particularly paying attention to the high, the wick looking left, the previous resistance zone. We thought we were going to test it up here, and then when we started to roll over following this previous ascending channel, we thought that this was the start of a reversal. However, over the last couple of days, we've pushed up right into this zone, which is now the decision point, because if we break and close above, then obviously I won't be interested in shorting, but depending on how this candle plays out, we've actually got the same deceleration pattern right here. So let's take a look at that a little bit deeper and build a better case for entry here. All right, so down on the 4 hour, look what's happened. Okay, so we've already had the retest. We've already had the retest. Okay, so we've got test 1, retracement, test 2 for a double top. And now we're just pushing up, although we haven't, although we've kind of spiked up above the double top here, we haven't closed above it. So this is still a valid move, and depending on how this candle closes could give you another valid entry here. You'd have to get stops above the high, and let's just say that we enter around this zone here. You'd be looking at targets at this inside structure level, which would be the safest play for me personally. So again, this would be the target zone. Let's just color that green. This would be the stop zone, the stop loss. So this would be the risk. This would be the reward. About a 2-to-1 reward to risk. I'm talking very fast to get through these. I appreciate I can't go into detail on all the rules and technicalities of the setups, but that's what I'm looking at. I just wanted to throw this video out before it played out so that you guys can't say, oh, you only put out winning trades, because you know that's not what I'm about. So take a look at that, follow along, do your own analysis, take a look on the, follow these trades along, leave some comments in the comments below. Anything you'd like to see on this channel, let me know, and I'll be happy to produce some videos for that. But I thought I'd throw out a kind of start of the week analysis for the trades that I'm looking at. Take care.